Hello and welcome to this reality shifting guided meditation. As you listen to this meditation, you will begin to discover the desired life that you yearn to live. I would only like you to do one thing during this journey, and that is to imagine the words that you will hear as vividly and in as much detail as you can. Use the full scope of your imagination. To live your best life, there has to be an idea of what that looks like to begin with. In a moment, you will start the journey of seeing your desired life as if you were there. From seeing and possibly experiencing this, your new ideas and perceptions of how to get there will put you on a shifting path where change will eventually happen. Placing yourself as comfortable as you can and taking care of any distractions, your journey to a new reality will begin. I'd like you to be aware of how your body is positioned. Take a moment to find the perfect position for you. Now close your eyes. Your breathing will settle all on its own as you progressively relax. You are calm, relaxed, and willing to open your mind. Behind your closed eyelids, imagine a forest. Perhaps you can see an outline to begin with, or possibly some shapes. As you focus upon that image, it slowly becomes more recognizable. You see the leaves, the branches and trunks of each tree. The color green takes up much of this space. There are also browns, fawns and fantastical plants of many other colors. It is a warm summer's day. You feel the warmth of the sun on your face. An earthy scent wafts about in the air, driven by a soft, subtle breeze. There is no one else there with you in the forest. Soaking up the calming atmosphere of this magical place, you start to feel your body relaxing as your muscles gently loosen. You are but the size of perhaps 3 or 4 inches tall. Being so small, you can see all of the details more clearly. The trunks of the trees are magnificently ridged and patterned, leading high into the sky. You can see vein-like attributes from the leaves that have sunlight shining through them. The earth is dry and somewhat dusty from the summer season of sun. Crackling and rustling sounds are amplified as the breeze moves the trees ever so gently. There is a sense of peace here from the quietness of nature that you experience. In between the trees, a sunbeam shines down to the ground onto a leaf. The leaf begins to vibrate and elevate upwards, whilst glowing its green exterior. As you watch the leaf, it slowly elevates upwards. The leaf smoothly floats over towards you and stops in mid-air. You think to yourself that this must be a sign for something, and decide to clamber aboard the leaf. Getting comfortable, the leaf with you on top ascend upwards, following the path of the sunbeam. Through the trees and above you climb. All you see is the forest, a lush green carpet of treetops that stretch for miles and miles. Ascending a little higher, you start to glide in a particular direction. You feel free, flying high and over the vast expanse of greenery down below. The warm breeze blows lovingly past your face, soothing any expression of tension. Your cares and worries are being left behind now as you glide smoothly across the sky. The cotton wool clouds float almost suspended in the air as you fly through them. You feel safe on the soft leaf that acts very much like a magic carpet. It's a bit like being in a boat with the sides of the leaf turned up, keeping you securely in place. Up ahead, you see a majestic wall of sparkles, a curtain that starts at the ground and reaches high up into the atmosphere. It is a portal that leads to another land, perhaps a different time. Getting closer, you notice a bright white beam of light, speckled in many small, sparkling flecks. Each small light within the white beam emanates like precious stones. There are ruby reds, sapphire blues, emerald greens, and many more. Passing through the portal, the bright white light dims, revealing another place or dimension. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust, but you now see that you truly are somewhere else. You are now in Gorfine, a wonderful and beautiful version of Earth. As you begin to focus, you notice a castle surrounded by a kingdom. There is a small hamlet around the edge of the castle and the woods. Getting nearer, you see every large brick that makes up the structure of the castle, its courtyard and paving. Villagers, otherwise known as the Narf, mingle around the land, interacting with each other and walking in various different directions. As you start to descend, you begin to hear the sounds of this magnificent settlement. Metal on metal clanks guide your eyes to a blacksmith who is creating something on top of an anvil. The subtle sound of clunking and thudding comes from a woodcutter who chops up logs into smaller chunks. Ahead is a wood, a small area of land inhabited by larger than usual trees. Gliding down, you now hear the leaves rustle gently in the breeze. Landing softly, you stand up and look around in awe. You can notice every single detail, from the granular dry powdery path to the leaves on the plants and flowers dotted around, from the ridged bark of the trunks to the delicate leaves that grow out around the branches. Inhaling a deep breath of the freshest and most cleanest air, you find that your body relaxes very much when you exhale. You can smell the bark of the trees, and especially the earthy aromas of the brown leaves on the ground. You sense that your mind is clear in this moment as you soak up the atmosphere of this natural space. Short reels of your perfect life are shown to you as your mind wanders. Your body relaxes more and more from the tranquility that you feel. Staring into a thin, narrow stream, you are mesmerized by the flickering light made by the moving water. In your imagination, the desires, dreams and goals that you have can be felt deeply within your soul. Your journey of reality shifting has begun. You imagine your desired life and everything you would need to make you happy and at peace. Throughout your whole body, a feeling and sense of accomplishment is observed, bringing a sense of a warm, glowing heart in the center of your chest. Right here in the image that you are experiencing, there are no worries. There are also no concerns or problems in your life. A sound of creaking brings you back to the present. In front of you is a tree which slowly changes shape and moves about. A pleasant face appears on the tree as its branches turn into arms and sweep up some of the leaves on the ground. A low but welcoming hello is heard. Welcome to the beginning of your journey, the tree says. I am Liege, master of the land and commander of all the trees. Us trees are collectively known as the Arboreal, protectors and overseers of this world we call Gorfine. You have been brought here by the Zepet leaf for a reason, he continues. To change one's life and create a path, one must take the first step. Then and only then will things become clearer and easier. The idea of the unknown can be full of doubt or negative self-talk. It is only in the act of doing that provides reassurance that you truly are on the right path. You ponder over the words that you have heard and agree that what the tree has said makes complete sense. Liege points to the next tree, which has a door built into its trunk. Behind this door is the beginning of your chosen path. Walking across its threshold provides you with your first step. Once inside, there are a number of affirming items that breathe life into your desired future. From this moment on, I would like you to believe everything that you see, hear, and experience. Most of all, I'd like you to believe in yourself. Liege becomes silent whilst gesturing towards the door. Taking a deep breath, you walk forwards. Grabbing the handle of the door, you open it and walk inside. Now inside of the tree, you close the door. Dim candlelight illuminates the room. All around, you see photographs on the walls and nothing else. Looking more closely, you notice that it is in fact you in the pictures. You can see yourself smiling, being happy and very content. The first photo shows a house with you standing in front of it. Your eyes are lit up and are very bright. You look very content there, with everything you could ever need. The second photo has many people with smiles on their faces, and you in the middle. There is a sense of camaraderie and friendship in this image. In the third photo, you are working on something very dear to your heart. This is what you do as a career, and you love it. In the last photo, you are carefree and relaxing in your favorite place. Your eyes show happiness and joy. There are many other photos on the wall. It may take a moment for you to look at these. Please take your time. As you observe them, they may come alive in your mind as you imagine the whole scene of each picture. You feel motivated from looking at these photographs. A sense of fulfilling your life's dreams and goals is felt. You now know what you need to do and which path to create for yourself to bring these images to life. Pulling down the handle, you open the door and exit the room. Liege asks how you feel, and you reply that you feel a little more determined to get started and can believe that this will happen to you. Liege says that anything is possible. He then rolls down a paper scroll and wants you to repeat the 10 affirmations that are written on it. He says, I want you to repeat these affirmations with real conviction and true belief. With all of your attention on the words that you will hear, you listen and repeat. I am worthy. I can do anything. I create every path for myself from the intentions that I set. I am in tune with my heart's needs and desires. I give my focus to living my best life. I will create a path that will enrich my life in many ways. I have the confidence and tenacity to make my dreams a reality. I will never give up. I will take steps every day to change my life, no matter how small the steps are. I will live my best life. Liege then tells you to follow the signs to the castle, where you will find a potion inside of a bottle. He then says that you must drink the potion. He also tells you that there is a password that you must give before entering the castle. Liege continues, there is a misty cloud that guards the castle called a Keystodian, and only by giving the correct password will give you access. The password is believe. With one foot in front of the other, you begin to walk. You see the signs that lead to the castle and follow the path. Along the way, red and purple iridescent mushrooms glow at the side of the walkway. Large leafy plants hang high, creating large shadows on the ground. Flowers of many shapes and sizes, colors and scents bring life to your journey. Unicorns sip from the cool stream that flows adjacent to the path. Horses inquisitively nod their heads as you walk past. There are various other wonderful creatures roaming this land, and some that you have never seen before. As you continue, the arboreal trees smile and point the way for you, gesturing with their branches. Now very close, you walk onto the bridge of the castle. An ominous low-flying cloud appears and blocks your way. A face appears within the cloud. "Who wants to enter here?" it asks. You reply with your name. "What is the password?" inquires the Keystodian. You say one word, and that is believe. There is a slight pause, and as the cloud closes its eyes and fades from view, the Keystodian can be heard saying that you may enter. Now, with a clear path forwards, you continue into the castle. The castle's great portcullis raises to allow you entry, grinding upwards to signify its heaviness and weight. Solid oak decorates the castle as lintels, sills, floorboards and doors. Making it into the courtyard now, the Narth people wander between stalls in a market. Vegetables and fruit are packed high into wooden and wicker baskets. At the end of the courtyard is an open area which is empty and quiet, and on the ground is a bottle with a tag attached to it. Walking over to the bottle, you pick it up. On the tag, it says, "Just trust in yourself." A cloaked fellow appears next to you and whispers, "If you believe, drink it." In your mind, you see all of the positive things that you want to happen in your life. The more that you think about your desired life, a sense of strength, courage and belief builds up, not only in your imagination, but also in your body. Removing the cork, you bring the bottle to your lips. Closing your eyes, you drink the potion. The man in the cloak introduces himself. "I am Wistro, keeper of the castle." You can see his cloak is blue, with gold bands around the wrists, and various symbols sewn in silver. Now that you have consumed the potion, you now have the power to manifest any and all of your desires. He continues, "Use this part of the courtyard to fill with as you wish. I'd like you to concentrate on your desired future life and allow it to materialize here. When you think about something so strongly, it will become a reality." Wistro stands back as you both nod in agreement. You begin to start thinking about the pictures that you saw earlier and the affirmations that you read out from the scrolls. Concentrating deeply, scenes of your desired life appear as images in your mind. Choosing carefully, you feel the energy of your desires. Slowly but surely, the images that you saw in your mind fade into the courtyard. Having now filled up the courtyard with every aspect of what your perfect life will look like, Wistro says, "Well done. Your concentration is great. You are a master of your own destiny." Taking a look at all the things that surround you, you realize that anything is possible. You begin to live the life that you want within the walls of this courtyard. Wistro gives you a moment to yourself to experience your manifestations, from sitting in the most beautiful garden that you created to interacting with anyone that you want in your life, to doing the things that you always yearned to do. The sun has now set up above, and the sky is turning red and purple. Some of the stars of the night can be seen as the sky darkens. Wistro beckons you over to a freestanding floor mirror made of elegantly shaped wood. "I'd like you to look into the mirror," he says. You stand in front of the mirror, still smiling and feeling vibrant. "Can you feel that?" asks Wistro. "The energy of your true self reflects your own strength, confidence, and integrity." "Yes," you reply, as you sense an aura of peace flowing in and around your body. "Your training is now complete," he says. "You can now go back to your world, where you can begin to build up a fantastic life, a life filled with everything that you could ever dream of." A leaf transcends from the sky and lands softly on the ground. This arboreal leaf will take you back to where you first started, and from there you can rest for a while before beginning the walk of your new path. Observing the leaf, this time it looks a little bit different. There is a pillow and a sheet on top. Wistro gestures his hand to the leaf and wishes you farewell. Lifting the sheet, you clamber in and rest your head on the pillow. Covering yourself over with the sheet, the arboreal leaf raises itself and you from the ground. Wistro walks back into the busy part of the courtyard and turns a corner. Elevating upwards into the sky, everything becomes silent. The sky is now dominated by night, which shine with a warm but dim haze. Flying through the sky, your body begins to rest, with every muscle loosening very much. A familiar sight of the ream shade comes into sight. The sparkling curtain becomes closer and closer, until you fly through it. Now back in your own world and in your own bed, with the belief and confidence to start your journey to your desired life, you begin to fall asleep. Your bed feels exquisite and generously comfortable as your head sinks further into your pillow. You have a sense of accomplishment and determination now that will grow as you get your rest. Continuing to see the images and experiences of your journey, your body relaxes ever so much. Like a wave of peace, every muscle slowly loosens, encouraging you to sleep. An expression of contentedness allows your face muscles to droop into your pillow as your breathing slows down. Your neck and shoulders descend with every deeper and longer breath. Your eyelids becoming ever so heavy from the reassurance of your experience. As your mind quietens down, your chest and rib cage widen to bring even sleepier sensations to the tops of your arms. Each arm now becoming as loose can be. Each wrist, hand and fingernail limp as you relax more and more. Any tension in your abdomen and pelvis are smoothed away as they heavily rest. Each leg now feeling as though it is floating on air, unlocking your ankles and feet into the perfect position. And lastly, each toe tingles as any last negative energy is released. You are now ready to begin your journey to your best life. Sleep heavy and sleep deep, as you will need the strength to walk this new path.